Good morning, everybody. I know it may not look like it, but it is in fact the first day of October. I think we had more 50-something degree overnights in August than we did in September. It was a very, very warm September. Not necessarily hot, it just wasn't cool. And that weather is continuing at least into the beginning of October, so it's really pleasant out here today, a high of around 80 degrees, and it's cloudy at the moment, but it's going to get sunny eventually. So I'm going to start out my day biking. I should have enough bike battery to bike until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, at which point we'll do some day cruising in the car and then night cruise. Baby season is here. We should be seeing baby snakes today. It doesn't mean we will, but it's that time of year. Everything should be out and dispersing by now. Now that is a tiny ringneck. First snake of the day, look at him. That is kind of ridiculous. Look at how small. He showed up pretty well, honestly. I was kind of surprised at how well he stood out. I was expecting baby snakes to be impossible to pick out from all the leaf litter and pine straw that's on the path, but it's actually pretty obvious, this one at least. All right, let's get this little dude out of the path. If we can even pick him up, he's so small. It's hard to even get a grip on. That is adorable. He was originally headed this direction, so put him over here in the leaf litter. Hopefully there will be more snakes. It's not a snake, but this guy really got me after that baby ringneck earlier. Just a dry road worm. What is this? A garter snake? It is a garter snake, and it's alive. I was wondering if he was hit. Look at that. All right, finally, snake number 2 for the day, and it is another baby, a little eastern garter snake. The first garter snake and the first ringneck I've cruised on this path today. Most years, eastern garter snakes are one of the most common baby snakes we see in the fall, so not a crazy good find or anything, but nice to get 2 snakes already today. This is more than I saw last time. Hopefully we'll continue at this pace. I'll lead this guy to it, let him get off the path, and we'll continue biking. All right, we're still on the first battery, still has 67%, and we've already seen 2 snakes. This might end up being my best day on the bike at this spot so far in the fall. All right, guys, it's very suddenly 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and instead of clearing up like I thought it was going to, it has gotten progressively cloudier and has actually been drizzling on me a little bit. So I'm gonna get out into habitat a little bit, walk around, maybe flip a few things. Oh, a racer. Hey, buddy. That was fast. Well, hopefully that's a good omen for flipping. The first thing we've touched today had a racer under it. Very, very interesting. This guy is right about to shed, and you can tell he's just not quite looking his best. And there's actually a little bit of skin peeling off there on the back where I grabbed him. When snakes are right about to shed like this, it comes off super easily. All right, guys, well, it's been looking like it's gonna rain all day, and it finally did, so I'm gonna try to end the day by flipping a few things. It's been really slow so far. I felt like the weather today was about perfect, and we've seen very little, so maybe we'll be able to turn it around here at the end. Well, there's our second ringneck of the day. Just flipped him under this piece of garbage. All right, pretty please have a snake for me. Oh, there we go. Finally. God, it's crazy how good this piece of tin is for timbers. Look at that little guy. That's a beauty. Well, I would certainly argue we have spent way too much time herping to just now find our first quality snake of the day. But I'm not complaining, I'm just glad it happened. That is a beautiful little cane. And I'm sweating. It rained and it got really humid out here. It feels very snaky, but I mean, this is just the only thing I've been able to turn up in hours. Kind of ridiculous. But a beautiful snake. I'm glad it happened. I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna get some photos real quick and then we'll leave him to it. Beautiful, beautiful little, maybe 2-year-old canebrake timber rattlesnake here in North Georgia. Well, guys, we are going on about a week straight, maybe more, of next to nothing really going our way. And taking that into consideration, I think I'm going to do something really stupid and make a Hail Mary hike to a few pieces of tin that probably won't have anything under them to end the day. But if we can flip another timber or just something else interesting, it'll be worth it. So, all right, this one's pretty shady today, but with the little rain we just got, maybe something ran under it for shelter. No. Oh, a rat snake. Sure enough. That's the first rat snake I've ever found under this. First rat snake I've ever found at this spot, too. Look at him. He is not going to sit nicely for a photo, but that's very cool. Kind of a weird size of rat snake to flip under tin here. Just doing a quick scan to make sure I'm not missing anything else, but very nice. I mean, I spend a lot of time in this area, and that's the first rat snake I've ever flipped here. I'm guessing that this guy and the timber we flipped got drove under the tin by the rain. Very, very nice. Sub-adult, small adult rat snake is our next snake of the day. But we do have quite a bit more tin to flip over here, so we'll see what we can get into. I'll just cover this guy back up. Here we go again, dragging tin up this damn ridge. Oh my goodness. Alright guys, well I just climbed up this mountain essentially to flip a few pieces of tin and there were nothing under them, so that's probably going to be it for the day. It was brutal. But we did at least get a timber and a rat snake under tin here at the end of the day to kind of finish strong compared to what we saw throughout the rest of the day. But I have a very painful hike back to the car and then a long drive home, so I'm going to call it a day here. And I will see you guys tomorrow, where hopefully we'll have a little bit more luck. All right, we got a boxy in the rain. What's up, dude? Second one of the day. We got one first thing this morning, too. We'll get him to safety. That is a massive box turtle. Yet another one. Third one of the day. The only thing out today, it seems. This tripped me out for a second because I knew it was a snake, but I couldn't tell what I was looking at. It's a very kinked up black rat snake crossing the road right in front of a thunderstorm that's going to push us back into the car for a little bit. But I flipped a few things, haven't seen anything. It appears this area I'm actually in right now has not gotten any rain at all. It's just now getting some. So after it hits, we'll go flip a little bit more. Maybe see a few more snakes, but really nice looking little young black rat snake. This is our first snake on the road alive today. This guy's got some pretty cool pattern on him. You can see he's just transitioning from having pattern to being nearly solid black. You can hear that thunder rumbling. So I'm gonna move him across the path. It's actually, he's got some really interesting labial bars on his lip there. That's not something that we see a lot with rat snakes. Well guys, I wish I was checking in with you today with better news, but I'm headed out for the day to do day cruising and some night cruising tonight, hopefully. And the car in front of me ran this over. This is a beautiful adult mole king snake. Normally I don't show roadkill snakes because they're so graphic, but this one was run over just on the head. There's not really any graphicness to it. It's just a limp carcass of a very pretty snake, which is incredibly depressing. Very, very awful way to start the day, but it is encouraging that there will be good snake activity today. So I just wanted to show you guys this beautiful snake. Even though it is unfortunately deceased, we just don't see a lot of these, and when we do, it's always a very special day. So the one positive thing about this is it is from a new road that I've never seen one of these on, and it's a road I drive pretty often, so maybe one day we'll come across a live snake from this locality. But for today, we're taking a massive L. That sucks. And I just cruised the painted turtle. Not too surprising, there's ponds on both sides of the road here, but this is a beautiful turtle species we just don't get in hand very often, so I'm always excited to cruise one, get a look at it. This one's not super shy. He got straddled by a school bus, and I think it freaked him out a little bit. So now he's actually, this probably is a she, but very, very nice looking turtle. Absolutely beautiful. And I do think it was headed this direction originally. So there's another pond right here, and I'm guessing that's where it wants to go. All right, we got a snake on the path. Nice adult racer. It's a little bit too soggy this morning, it feels like. I doubt we're going to see too much else, but I'll keep at it. Look at him. He's giving us a good rattle. All right, dude, I get it. We'll let you keep moving. Very nice. First adult racer I've cruised on this trail. And the first snake of the day. Finally, a snake. Let's go look at him. All right, this is going to be a nice adult black rat snake. Very, very dark for this area, and he is big. Look at this. Wow. That's a really solid rat. And like I said, very dark for this area. This is an intergrade zone, so we get a lot of gray and black rats, but mostly gray rats. Really, really cool to see one this dark on this road. Hey, bud. And he's got that black rat personality, too. Very, very chill. No musk or biting. If you want to get a better voucher photo of you, look at the belly on that. Kind of purplish. Fantastic. Looks like a big female. Well, there's not much questioning what left that shed behind. Unfortunately, it's pretty old, so unlikely the snake's nearby, but he went that way. I don't see him anywhere. We'll look around a little bit, but that shed's probably a few weeks old. Look at this little dude, a baby eastern painted turtle. It's not super often we get these guys in hand at this size. Really, really pretty turtle though. Look at that red. They are so much more vibrant when they're babies than when they're full-grown adults. Such a cool little turtle. Very common, but just not very often that we actually catch one because of how flighty they are. He was actually like kind of up in this shallow, muddy stuff, and he started to take off, and I was able to grab him. I'll take a quick photo, let him go. Very, very pretty little turtle though. All right, little guy, here you go. Stay safe. I'm probably one of the only people that'll let you go around here. Snakes.